Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this weekly FarmSim news video. Those are the news from the 2 weeks from 26th of August till 8th of September. It's 2 weeks this time because last week I've been at my grandkids and therefore there was no news video. And now we have news for 2 weeks. Yeah, in the beginning of this period, there was still some days of the Gamescom in Cologne left, and we got some more images. Here you can see a crowd very happy, at a Gamescom presentation. And this is about the FSL League, the league where there are winners for kind of bale stacking, and this was the final. And here again, so we see more of the audience, and yeah, here this is part of the Giants team at the end of the Gamescom. And maybe you know Lisatan here. And this is Mr. Marcel, who is the boss of the Modhub. And this is about the tournament, the FSL, which had its final in August 26 and August 27. And then, right after the Gamescom, the Pax West in America started. It was at Seattle, Washington, and in America there is the Pax East and the Pax West, and this was the Pax West. And Giants was there, and some YouTuber have been there, for example DJ Goham and Farmer Cop again. And it was a similar event like the Gamescom, but I think it's a little bit smaller. It's also a little bit smaller than the PAX East, I guess. But DJ Goham said it was bigger than he expected. So it was a big event with a lot of people. And here we see the booth. And people could play. Yeah, and here people running through the aisles. And there you can see DJ Goham. And this was a plan. And there was a leak. As far as I heard, it was Farmer Cop who found out how to get a view on the PDA map of the upcoming map Sri Lanka for our premium expansion pack. And until now, this PDA map hasn't been officially announced, but DJ Goham said that Farmer Cop got this view, and he called his friends and said, hey, here, look, have a look. And then they made a lot of screenshots about this. And yeah, this is the PDA map of Sri Lanka, the Polish map for the upcoming pack. And I guess it will be announced rather soon officially. But here we already have a view. We see a lot of very, very tiny fields. But if you want to have them bigger, you can just combine them with a plow, I guess. Only if there are roads with meshes, 3D model meshes, then you can't plow them together. But usually Giants think on this putting them together. And this is the typical shape of the Eastern Europe fields. They are very long and very narrow. And there is one field that is a little bit bigger, and then some of the fields are, I would say, medium size, like those two, and there at the bottom area. So it's not all small fields, but I would say most of the fields are very small. And this differs from what I heard at FarmCon, when the maker of the map said, because the fields are so long, they are really big. Yeah, that maybe this is a long field, and this is at least medium-sized field. For those two fields, this might be true, but most of the fields are really tiny. Maybe the maker of the map isn't playing FarmSim as much, and so he thinks of those fields as big. Yeah, and there was a very good surprise, which we can see on this map, but we could also see it at DJ Goham's gameplay. He made a video about this gameplay on Pax West. And there is not only the center farm, which is a very small farm surrounded by hilly area. So it would be difficult to expand the farm here in the center because everything is rather hilly around it. It would be expensive for the building menu. But there are at least two more farms. One is here in the top and one is there at the bottom. And at least this one at the top is in a flat area. So if you want to settle up there, you could easily expand your farm because the area is flat. And that makes me very happy because I was a little bit worrying about this farm where it is somehow difficult to expand the farm. It has only a very, very tiny barn, and I don't even know whether we can use this barn or whether it's just decorative. And other than that, there are no sheds and it would be expensive to do all this terraforming that would be needed. And here this is quite good, and I think down here it is flatter too, but I'm not sure. About this, I'm rather sure that it's flat, and here I don't know yet. So now I'm looking more forward to this map than before this leak came out and the video of DJ Goham. Okay, and then there was quite some talk about this Hori steering wheel that was developed by Hori together with Giants, especially for the farming simulator. And this steering wheel will come out in November, I guess. You can buy it at Amazon. And right now, you can't even pre-order, at least not at Amazon Germany, because it's sold out, all the pre-orders. I guess later in the year there will be the possibility to order it, but right now, if you want to pre-order it, in Germany at least, you can't. And it's a steering wheel, like a wheel, and yeah, it has quite a lot of buttons to press and how to play, and here it has a joystick and 3 pedals for driving. And I guess it's rather expensive, but all those steering wheels are rather expensive. Yeah, I haven't tried it out, obviously, because I haven't been at Gamescom. Maybe I can try it out when I'm at Agritechnica in November in Hanover. And I hope they will have this installed, and then I will try it out and make a video about it. And DJ Gohem will come to this Agri-Technica as well, so I guess he will make a video about this too. Then we had the fact sheets of the Oxbow, the first fact sheets. This is the smaller one of those self-propelled slurry spreaders, and you can configure it, and then it's a manure spreader. It looks totally different, only I guess the engine and such is the same, but everything in the back is a totally different vehicle. Yeah, it costs $382,500. It has 400 horsepower. The gasoline tank is 650 liters. You can drive 40 kilometers per hour with it. It has a capacity of 16 cubic meters. It weighs 18 tons, and you can work with 20 kilometers per hour with this. And there will be another one that is a little bit bigger than that. And we already have one at base game that is bigger than this, but an older version, as far as I know. And there is another fact sheet for the Oxbow pack. This is the windrower. It costs $158,000. It needs 150 horsepower, weighs 8.2 tons. The working width is 12 meters, and the working speed is 19 kilometers per hour. And yeah, there is one more machine, which is a grape harvester. So the Oxbow pack comes out later this month, and it has a total of 4 machines, but 3 of them are configurable, so in the end it feels like it would be like 7 machines. And now let's have a look at the Modhub for the last 2 weeks. And there was not so much going on. I guess maybe because of the end of the summer, and some of the Modhub team has been at Gamescom. But yeah, they pushed through with the testing, because now the testing list is smaller than before, so they worked according to what came in as waiting mods and so. Okay, the emergency pack got another update. We will have a look at this in a minute, and then we have all the usual stuff like trailers and machines and silos and buildings and updates, lots of them. An excavator, and there is an American shed pack by Lancy Boy. Those are the sheds that he used on his map American Fall. About this a little bit later. And yeah, several maps got an update. The Spruce Mountain Farm, for example. And the Colossus Harvesters pack got an update as well. And then the biggest modding news of this week was the release of the crossplay version of American Falls by Lancy Boy. And there was some drama because of his PC version of this map, and which was pulled from Modhub. And then everybody waited for the crossplay version, which is out now. And it's still out, so It hasn't been pulled from Modhub. It's still there and get quite a good rating for a map. And I have made a map tour about this. You can have a closer look at this map on my map tour video and lots of other map tour videos by other YouTubers. And yeah, you could download it and play on it as well. And we'll have closer look about this in a minute. And here we have this tractor without driver, an automatic tractor from class, which I find very interesting. It's something how future agriculture will work, maybe. And yeah, updates again and the usual stuff. Banana trees and some sheds and doghouse made by Dudu, who is active in my Discord. Congratulations. Yeah, and then even more updates, and soon we are reaching the last news video. So not a last week's, but the penultimate week's. Is it the right word? No, before 26th of August. Yeah. I think that was already there when I made my last news video. And here we have the American Falls. And it has an interesting story. So when you start on this map as a new farmer, you own nearly nothing. You have a pickup and the 100,000 bucks that you always have, but you don't have a farm, no field, nothing. You have to work your way up with contracts and so, and then you can buy a farm. But if you don't like to work your way up, you can easily play, and here he wrote a story about this. You could easily play as a farm manager, then you get your 1.5 million and you can buy a very nice farm. There are at least 3 or 4 farms that I have seen on my map tour, and then you can play rather normal. And there are 2 required mods. And here you see some images. There is the PDA. The fields are more irregular and there are some areas in the middle of some of the fields that look like ditches, but on the map they aren't ditches, so it is something like dry ditches. It's just meadow, and if you don't like this, you could easily just plow it and then you have a full field. Yeah, but nevertheless, most of the fields are irregular. Yeah, and all around this there are high mountains. Okay, that's American Falls. And then we have the beta, another beta version of the emergency pack by Creative Mesh. It's still in the beta stage, hasn't been officially released, but the version number is 0.9 now. And I think that sounds like maybe it is finished soon, because 0.9 is rather close to version 1.0. So therefore I hope it comes out soon for all platforms. And they added some more scenarios with trees and oil spill and pellet fire. And here they were quite busy what they added and changed and fixed and so on and so forth. And yeah, Maybe you remember this pack. It was announced at FarmCon and came out as a first beta version. And it's something quite different that brings a totally new world and gameplay aspect into the farming sim. It's about emergency, therefore the name Emergency Pack. You play a firefighter and you can fight fires and you can rescue people that has a car crash and so on and so forth. And some players say, oh, this has nothing to do with agriculture, I don't like it. And other people say, oh, this has a lot to do with agriculture because a lot of the farmers that I know are also active in the fire brigade. And on it happens rather often that a field is burning and that a barn is burning or even a combine is burning, which is a catastrophe. And therefore they feel that this emergency stuff is very closely related to agriculture. And there is a third group even that belongs to the second group that has played role play emergency stuff since years and they are totally into it. They buy the farm sim and play fire brigade. And this is not such a small scene. There are thousands of players who play the farm sim mainly because of playing fire brigade. Because in FarmSim there are so many maps and you can enjoy different landscapes that is different to other emergency only games. Yeah, and for those players and for the players who think, oh, why not from time to time I could play Fire Brigade, there is this pack. And I know that a lot of console players are eagerly waiting for this pack to be released, and therefore we can wish that it comes out soon. Yeah, and I think when it will be released, I will have another close look on it. I already had a first look in the beginning, and I personally find it nice addition to the gameplay of the farming sim. So when you were a little bit bored by always cultivating, sowing, harvesting, fertilizing and so on, then maybe a little fire or a little car crash can spice up your gameplay. That's what I'm personally thinking about it. And on Plus, this pack is totally free, so you can download it if you so wish, and if you don't need it. So, and here is this automatic tractor, and it costs 225,000 bucks. The speed is 20 kilometers per hour, and the horsepowers are 355. So it's not a small, weak tractor, but rather at the upper end. But it looks rather small. You don't need a cabin for the driver. Yeah, and you can, I guess in farming sim, it's not so different from other gameplay because yeah, you just don't see a driver in it. In reality, it makes a huge difference because you don't drive this thing sitting on the machine. Yeah, and now about what I did in the last week. So before I went to my grandkids, and since I'm back, I'm very, very busy working on my upcoming map for fields. And I already made a short video about it. And rather soon, I think I will make a Let's Map video when I build an American farm, and then you can have a closer look at it. And I hope there will be a first alpha version out rather soon. And yeah, the idea is very big fields on a standard sized map, available for platforms as well. So when I'm done, it will come out at Modhub for all platforms. That is the main idea, and it's very important for me that it's available for consoles, because PC players have huge maps with huge fields to the hundreds, but for console players it's hard to find a map with huge fields. And this map has 4 fields all the same size, and 4 farms. You start with, as a new farmer, with 1 field. This huge field is about 64 hectares. This is 64 times the standard size fields on a normal map. So it is huge. And you have a farm and all the needed equipment and so, and you can totally play it with your friends. So 4 people or 4 factions can play it, and you can make challenge style gameplay out of it, or you can just enjoy the large field as you wish. And if you want to play it alone and you want to have a very, very huge field, you could totally plow this up in the middle, those field roads, the dirt roads, and then you would have 1 huge field. And all the infrastructure of this map, so this is the map, and I have a lake and a river around it, so that you get the impression that the map is bigger than it is. And apart from the fields, you have a stripe with about 200 meters width, which is not so much, but it is enough to put in all the stuff you need. So you have the 4 farms, you have 1 decent sized village and 2 very small, tiny, not villages, more settlements, and you have all the stuff like the animal dealer, the dealership, selling stations, all kind of productions, a BGA, but you don't have a train. I think the train is the only thing that is missing on this map. You even have some forest. If you want to do some foresting, you can easily do this. Here we have an area behind one of the small settlements. There was enough place to make a little tiny pond that looks cozy, and some fishes are swimming inside. And even if it's a rather fast to make map, mainly because I don't build new buildings for this map. I make some texture changings that the buildings look a little bit different than usual, but I don't take months to build very new buildings. And that is the main advantage. Other than that, it is nearly the same work like a normal map. And I want to make it as beautiful as possible. That is possible on this 200-meter wide stripes. And this is one part of this, making it nice and bucolic. And here we have, this is a grain mill production. And here you see the river. There will be a big boat or a ship that is driving along. And this faraway mountains will be more decorated with trees and such. And here you see a part of the German village, because this map is two maps in one. You download one map and then you have two maps. You have a German style map with German buildings, which this is a part of it, and you have an American version with American looking buildings. And so most of the buildings are dynamically loaded into the map when you start a new save game. And when you choose the American version, you get those buildings in this typical colorful wooden style. And here American diner and American bakery and so forth. The farms will have a typical American barn, and yeah, this will be an American map. And if you choose the German map, it will be a German map. But the fields are the same. So this is the last thing I did, the German style farm. And yeah, for the American version, there will be a typical red barn here, and the house will look bluish, but the buildings themselves will stay the same. So here will be the silo in the American version too, and here will be the barn. And there will be two production buildings as well, already included in the farm. So with all kind of productions for selling, that you get products that you can sell, and the farm supply production for making silage and TMR and such, that you can feed your animals. And on one farm there will be a cow barn, on the other sheep barn, pigsty, and horse barn. So every farm will have its own animal type. But if every one of you want to have cows, you can easily sell the other barns and put a cow barn everywhere. So you can sell all the buildings for sure on the farms and build the farm as you like it. Okay, so wish me good luck, that I find the time to be finished soon with this map, and I'm really highly motivated to work on it, and yeah, I'm made good progress so far. Okay, I wish you a very good day. Thank you for watching, and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.